Welcome to Homeopathy MasterKey. Unlocking healing, one remedy at a time. Today, we're exploring sulphur, famously known as the king of anti-psoric remedies. This mineral remedy stands at the crossroads of human vulnerability and ambition, bringing to light the struggles of pride, ego, and identity. In this episode, we'll uncover sulphur's essence, its physical and emotional characteristics, and how it can bring balance to those who need it. At its core, sulphur represents a deep struggle for self-worth and respect. Those who resonate with this remedy often feel criticized, humiliated, or scorned. This can ignite a fiery drive to rise above, to be someone of significance, someone admired for their knowledge, talent, or success. Yet, when this effort falters, they may retreat into indolence, convincing themselves that old rags are as fine as silk, a delusion born of resignation and contentment with mediocrity. Sulphur individuals oscillate between two extremes: a meticulous concern for appearance, striving for perfection to avoid scorn, and total indifference, neglecting how they look or come across to others. At the heart of this lies their ego, a strong but fragile force driving their actions. They are also inquisitive by nature, driven by a thirst for knowledge and recognition. They theorize to compensate for what they don't know, crafting a world in which they imagine themselves as successful, wealthy, and admired. Yet, beneath this facade lies sensitivity to criticism, scorn, and insult, a vulnerability they strive to mask. Let's take a closer look at the emotional landscape of sulphur, where pride, vulnerability, and a need for validation play a central role. Pride and vulnerability. Sulphur individuals are deeply sensitive to how they are perceived by others. When they fall short of expectations, they feel humiliated, which fuels their constant internal struggle to maintain pride. Insecurity and ego. Their constant need to feel important drives them to seek validation through success or imagined greatness. Hopefulness. Even in adversity, they cling to a sense of optimism and possibility. Sensitivity to criticism. A single insult can deeply wound their self-esteem, making them acutely self-conscious. Caring nature. Despite their ego struggles, they often extend themselves to care for others, aiming to be admired for their generosity and warmth. Now, let's explore the physical traits that define sulphur. These symptoms often reflect the inner turmoil and sensitivity of the individual. 1. Skin eruptions. Sulphur is famously associated with chronic skin issues, marked by intense itching and inflammation, often leaving a history of recurring eruptions. 2. Heat sensations. A signature feature is the sensation of heat, especially in the feet, hands, and the top of the head, making sulphur individuals seek relief in cool environments. 3. Offensive odors. Discharges and body odors can be particularly strong and unpleasant, creating discomfort and self-consciousness. 4. Intolerance of heat and closed rooms. They thrive in fresh air and struggle with confinement or excessive warmth, which exacerbates their discomfort. 5. Intolerance of hunger. Hunger pangs, especially late in the morning, can become almost unbearable, accompanied by cravings for sweets, fats, and spicy foods. 6. Unique sensations. They often feel compelled to touch objects, as though confirming their reality through physical contact. Sulphur individuals feel worse from heat, closed spaces, prolonged standing, and criticism, with symptoms often aggravated by bathing. Sulphur individuals feel better in fresh air, with moderate activity, and when reassured or validated emotionally. Let's compare sulphur with similar remedies. 1. Lycopodium. Both remedies deal with issues of ego and confidence, but while sulphur struggles with scorn and embarrassment, Lycopodium is often driven by a fear of failure and humiliation in front of authority. 2. Psorinum. Both shares themes of poverty and despair, but Psorinum feels hopeless and lacks sulphur's characteristic optimism. 3. Arsenicum Album. Both fear poverty, but Arsenicum's anxiety drives meticulous planning, while sulphur leans toward effort and imagination. Sulphur is invaluable in chronic skin conditions with intense itching, such as eczema or psoriasis, especially when associated with a strong aversion to heat. It's also effective for individuals who experience embarrassment-induced ailments or sensitivities stemming from feeling scorned or criticized. In acute cases, it's beneficial for managing intolerable hunger pangs or offensive discharges. However, its strength lies in addressing the emotional roots of physical and psychological struggles, making it a cornerstone of constitutional homeopathy. Sulphur is a remedy of contrasts: pride and humility, action and indolence, meticulousness and indifference. It helps balance the extremes, restoring dignity and self-worth in those who need it most. Please remember that this video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult a qualified healthcare provider for health concerns or before starting any treatment. This is Homeopathy MasterKey, where we're unlocking healing, one remedy at a time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time as we explore another powerful remedy. See you soon.